Doma Sports Talk Worldwide. Hey, it's boxing again, so you know the deal. You ain't in a rush to get concussed. It's the way it is. But let's get to it. All eyes on Moscow this weekend. Hey, all eyes on Moscow. We got a fight in the cruiserweight division that you might not want to sleep on in terms of excitement, right? Cruiserweight division. Denis Lebedev, the IBF and WBA champ, means he got two belts. What is he? 29-2 with 22 KOs, right? Never in a dull fight. Versus Murat Gassiev, and he's 23-0 with 17 knockouts, right? This has excitement written all over it. First of all, Denis Lebedev is never in a dull fight. So, and the way that Gassiev knocks people out uh, shows me that this is going to be a very exciting fight. There's only one negative here, and the negative is I've seen an interview with Denis Lebedev, and they're friends. Denis Lebedev stated he didn't really want to fight this guy. He wished it could have been another scenario, but he has to fight this guy. Imagine if you could put your empathy cap on for a minute. Imagine you training, you know, 6 weeks, 12 weeks to knock your friend's head off. Not a real good thing. That's the only negative about this fight. But I'm pretty sure they're gonna put it on the line. They gotta put they gotta put their friendship on the back burner and get this job done because Gassiev is the mandatory challenger. Lebedev has to fight him. Now Lebedev, I like him because, like I said, he's never in a dull fight, and he says the right things as a champion, right? Nowadays with all these belts, we're talking about how many belts and how many weight classes and all that stuff. Look, he says the right things as a champion. He says things like, I want to unify the division. So after he gets rid of Gassiev, in his opinion, right? After he gets rid of Gassiev, he wants to unify the division. Other thing he said is, hey, the guy who beat me, Guillermo Jones, I want to get him. I want to make that right. Those are the things you want a fighter to say. He says them. So I'm looking forward to the fight. I'm going to be watching it. There's another side note to this fight. You got the trainer from Gennady Golovkin, Abel Sanchez, versus the trainer from Manny Pacquiao, Freddie Roach. They're both colorful characters. I'm pretty sure, they have a little rivalry going on here. So that's another little side note going on the fight. So the fight is significant. I thought this was going to be a weekend we could kind of just take a breath and get away from boxing because next week is going down, especially in the heavyweight division. But this week, this is a week, and it's still going down. Like I said, all eyes on Moscow, right? So y'all check that fight out between Denis Lebedev and Murat Gassiev in the cruiserweight division. That's enough said on that fight. There's another fight happening that I really didn't even want to mention, right? I really didn't want to mention because I don't like the way it materialized. But in the heavyweight division, you got your boy Kubrat Pulev fighting Samuel Peter. Like I said, I didn't really want to mention this fight because I don't like the way it happened because Kubrat Pulev is really a top 5, top 6 heavyweight, and he was offered the fight against Anthony Joshua for a lot more money. And one wonders, well, why wouldn't you want to take more money and you would get a title shot? And you instead you would rather fight. You have the European title, and you would rather fight Samuel Peter, and you're going to follow that up with Marius Vach at the European level. One has to question where his confidence is right now. And I like me some Kubrat Pulev. I thought he was very, very confident against Vladimir Klitschko. He just didn't realize, damn, man, this guy keeps hitting me with this left hook. But he didn't want to go down. He really thought he was going to win that fight. He had a lot of confidence. I don't know where his confidence is right now. You fight Samuel Peter. The only solace I can take from this fight is there are parallels. When you go back to your hometown and you fight in your home town, because he's going back to Bulgaria to fight this fight, right? When you go there, there's a lot of distractions and there's this pressure to do well for your home people. And it's happened on many occasions that you don't fight up to your normal level. It happened to who was that lately? Kovalev when he fought Chilimba back in Russia. It wasn't quite the Kovalev. Chilimba is also a hard guy, but people thought Kovalev was going to take him out. But the fight that you really wanted, that really, really is similar to what's going to happen with Kubrat Pulev and Samuel Peter, is the Vladimir Klitschko Ross Purity fight. That's when Vladimir and Vitaly went back to the Ukraine to fight for the first time for a long time, and Vitaly handled his business. But Vladimir lost that fight by late stoppage against Ross Purity. And it just gassed out. Ross Purity was able to take the punches, and Vladimir gassed out, basically. So it can happen. I don't think it will, but those are the similarities. So, folks, long story short, those are the two major fights of the weekend. I'll probably be forgetting something, to be honest with you, but those are the major fights of the weekend, warming us up for next weekend. So, guys, tune in. And like I say, all eyes in Moscow. That's going to be the barn burner. All right? Doma Sports Talk, worldwide, and I'm up out of here.